And Republic TV has accessed the Congress Hawala cash note. Accessed by Republic TV, details of how money was stolen. Now, for the last few days, you've been seeing the different raids across India, mostly in Madhya Pradesh and Delhi, centered around Delhi. Now, Republic TV has accessed the Congress Hawala cash note. On your screen is the diary noting of what was recovered from the Congress party's functionaries. The 280 crore rupees, most of the money stolen from the Transport Department, Excise Department, Mining Department, the PWD Department, Urban Department, the Ahar Department. We will tell you how they even stole from money that was meant for the poor, money that was meant for pregnant mothers, money that was meant for malnourished children, money that was supposed to be for the poorest of the poor. Aishwarya, accessing this note, will be joining us live. Shravan is already live with us. Shravan, take us through the details of the raids and what we know about the breakup of this note. The breakup of this note, Shravan, the biggest takeaway being that they stole money from the poorest of the poor, the schemes that were meant for the poorest of the poor, Shravan.
Well, in fact, Niranjan, we have managed to piece together this information from various sources within the CBDT, and also now the note that has been accessed by my colleague Aishwarya, which only goes on to indicate that this was something that was going on for some time, and that is the reason why the Income Tax Department's intelligence unit picked up certain information. The FIU was actually got a tip-off saying that money movement actually was taking place from Madhya Pradesh to the national capital. In fact, Hawala operators in Chandni Chowk were questioned by the Income Tax Department, and thereafter information came in that unaccounted cash was basically flowing from Madhya Pradesh, and it went to a residence of a political party, is a leader in Tughlaq Road. In fact, the Income Tax Department also going on to indicate that they have visual evidence to basically suggest how the money entered that very place. Now, as far as the note is concerned, Niranjan, important to point out how the money was being siphoned off to ensure that this goes in through the Hawala route to a political party, and that is exactly what has been indicated by the Income Tax Department. In fact, there have been electronic evidences that the Income Tax Department has at this point in time, which also include the diary entries. In the diary entries, you're looking at the number of people who are actually beneficiaries of this particular unaccounted cash that you're looking at, and that is the reason why you have several people who have already been called in for questioning by the Income Tax Department. One such person happens to be SM Moin, who is certainly crucial in this entire, in this entire important, development that has actually taken place, where SM Moin, we're given to understand, has played a very important role with regards to this movement of money that took place from Madhya Pradesh all the way to the national capital.
Shravan, stay with me because I have that note with me, and I'm just going to put that note up. To all our viewers who are looking at this note, we'll play that full frame once again. The note is with Republic, accessed by Aishwarya Kapoor, our political editor. We'll just put up that note. We'll tell you how they stole from the poorest of the poor. From the poorest of the poor. Schemes, money meant for government schemes. Money meant for the poorest of the poor, for malnourished children. Money that was meant for the exchequer. They essentially stole money that was meant for the exchequer. This is the note, detailed brief as on 27th of March 2019. 27th of March 2019, and I have the full details, the last balance as per this Congress Hawala cash note. Remember, in the last 3 days, there have been raids across Bhopal, raids in New Delhi, and the dots have been connected, 281 crore rupees. We'll tell you where that money came from. This is the last balance. Detail by detail, we'll take you through it. It's all in lakhs, by the way. All of this is in lakhs. Last balance, first line of this note, 65 lakh rupees. And as you scroll further down, we'll tell you from the Transport Department, 5,445 lakh rupees or 54 crores. 54 crore rupees from Transport Department, Excise Department in MP, 3,622 lakhs or 36 crore rupees from the Excise Department, and in brackets it says GUG, GUG or Gujarat, we don't know, but it says 197 lakhs or 1.97 crore. And from the mining department, 550 lakhs or 550 crore. This is the Congress Hawala note that we're showing you. And from the PWD department, 520 lakhs or 5.2 crore rupees. Now all of this combined from urban development, another 430 lakh rupees. Now this money is collected by a man close to the Chief Minister's OSD. The account keeper of Kamal Nath's OSD had this with him. And the big talking point, if you can go back to the Po Ahar point, there is a mention of Po Ahar. Po Ahar, 1200 lakh rupees or 12 crore. 12 crore rupees stolen from a scheme, Poshan Abhiyan. Poshan Abhiyan is a government scheme meant for malnourished children, for pregnant mothers, for lactating mothers, a government scheme to ensure that they get nutrition. They get the right amount of nutrition, and this money is sent to states so that they spend. By the way, Madhya Pradesh is a state where you have the most number of malnourished children in India. We'll pull out the stats as well, and we have the entire details of how this money amounting to 280 crore rupees was found with somebody linked to the Congress party. Now all of this money was collected. All of this is in lakhs, was collected, was sent to Delhi, and the recipient was somewhere on Tughlaq Road. Tughlaq Road, a lot of people stay in Tughlaq Road, but the money was sent there. The money was sent to candidates as well. Shravan, take us through the official details as we know it so far, Shravan.
Well, you have about unaccounted cash of about 281 crore. That's what the Income Tax Department states as of now. The seizure that has been made is about 14.6 crore. Now, this particular document that has been accessed by my colleague Aishwarya clearly goes on to indicate how you have government schemes that were basically utilized. The money from the government schemes were basically utilized for the Congress campaign. In fact, there have been Congress candidates whose names have also been there in this particular Hawala note. What we have picked up from our sources within the Financial Intelligence Unit of the Income Tax Department essentially is that over the last couple of months we have seen there have been some amount of money movement that took place from Madhya Pradesh all the way to the national capital. This was being done over a period of time when the Income Tax Department actually got a tip-off that this money was actually making the round through the Hawala route. Now, after proper questioning of the Hawala operators in Chandni Chowk area, where we given to understand that one fine day when the Income Tax Department laid a trap, they basically saw money movement actually taking place in Tughlaq area, the very area that you were pointing out, Niranjan, where the entry of the money actually took place in that area. That has now been captured in camera, and this is evidence that the Income Tax Department has. Going back to this particular document, where you've seen certain amount of notings that have been made, which is a clear reflection of the fact how government schemes were basically being misutilized in Madhya Pradesh itself, how funds were being siphoned off, and all of that allegedly being used for Congress parties campaigning. Now that's extremely important. In fact, the Income Tax Department is saying that this is a large-scale operation that has been carried out over 50 places where these raids have been carried out in the last couple of days, and they say there is enough electronic evidence to basically suggest that yes, there was been money movement that took place.
I want to go across to Aishwarya. Shravan, let me just quickly go across to Aishwarya as we quickly play that entire graphic once again. Aishwarya, take us through this document and what this document proves this evening.
Niranjan, 280 crore rupees ledger, and this ledger has been accessed from the closest of the closest aide of none other but MP Chief Minister Kamal Nath, and these are government documents. This has been recovered by the income tax in the income tax raids, and if you see this ledger, total of 280 crores, that is there. Those of us see 280 crores right there on the screens, and now if you see a maximum 12 crores coming from Poshan Ahar, Niranjan. Poshan Ahar is a scheme which is run by the state government of Madhya Pradesh, through which they pay for the food and nutrition of children aging from 6 months to 6 years. So the money has been taken out, siphoned. So the food has been taken away from the poor for the election campaigning of the Congress party, and that's not it. You see others, mining. you see PWD, you see urban development, and so on and so forth. This is a Congress Hawala cash note, a complete ledger. And according to the IT documents, 27/03/2019 by 11:50 p.m. That's how massive this is. This is as massive as it gets. And you see the numbers: 3 crore 62 lakhs, excise MP, 1 crore 97 lakhs.
PWD, 5 crores 20 lakhs, and so on and so forth. Urban development, 4 crores 30 lakhs. And then comes Poshan Ahar. This is massive. 12 crore rupees, Niranjan. This is equivalent of taking away food from the poor to run your...
Of taking away food from the poor to run your election campaign. And this money then goes. This money then goes to the AICC. According to this note, this money goes to those candidates who are contesting from the Congress party's ticket in this state, according to this ledger, according to this document. And this is not only startling, this is something which the Congress party, rather, how can they do it? This is shameful, Niranjan. Taking away food away from these poor to just run your election campaign. This is something which is never heard of. This is completely unheard of. And we are basing all of this on these IT documents which have been recovered from the closest of the closest aide of the MP Chief Minister Kamal Nath. And this shows that how money is coming in and going out, both. It has the movement of money coming in and money going out, both ways, Niranjan. It's a complete ledger, in and out, credit and debit, if you could call it so. Because that's how synchronized, that's how systematic this whole system was in the state of Madhya Pradesh. Niranjan.
Well, there's a clear mention of PCC, AICC. We don't know what the mentions are. We won't stick our neck out and say it, but if I can just play out the expenses portion on this wall. There are two portions. One, a receipt of all the money that they have collected and where all of this money is going. In the receipt part, from where the money is coming from, they mention transport department, they mention excise department, they mention mining department, they mention PWD department, they mention urban department. And the most shocking aspect, they mention Po Ahar or the Poshan Ahar or the Poshan Abhiyan. Now, where was all of this money going? Here is where it was going. Expenses in the cash register, check PCC. PCC. We are not guessing what PCC is, but PCC was given 1082 lakh rupees or 10.8 crore rupees. Next, cash to PCC, 1000 lakhs or 10 crore rupees. Next, there was a mention of Delhi-AICC. What is Delhi AICC? What is Delhi AICC? Delhi AICC received 1700 lakh or 17 crore rupees. Next, election bond AICC. Election bond AICC, 200 lakhs or 2 crore rupees. Next, where was this money going? Leaders. Who are these leaders? 95 lakh rupees. Next, MLAs received 440.5 lakh. That's 4.4 crore. Candidates were given 430 lakh rupees or 4.3 crore rupees. Next, other expenses went 455 lakhs or 4.5 crore rupees. Now, you have collected money in all 141.5 crore. That's 14158, all of that in lakhs. 141 crore, 141.5 crore. Total receipts of 281 crore. In the raids that have been ongoing, 281 crore rupees have been seized. 281 crore rupees, of which 141 crore, they were planning to give candidates to AICC, to PCC, different people in AICC, Delhi AICC and then Delhi PCC. What was going on? Aishwarya, most shocking aspect, where was the money coming from? The money was coming from government schemes. And the most shocking aspect is that one of the schemes meant for the poorest of the poor.
Never unheard of.
Yes, poorest of the poor.
Unheard of money routing.
Talk about that scheme from which money was routed.
Unheard money routing. This is unheard money routing. Taking away the platter of the poor, taking away the food of the poor, taking away out of this is, that's what it is, the Po Ahar, Poshan Ahar scheme. This is something which is for the downtrodden, Niranjan, and you take 12 crore rupees out of it. How can you? No elected government has the right to take away even a single penny. This is lost to exchequer, direct, if this IT note is to be completely believed. So this is something which the State Chief Minister needs to explain. Say how, under which rule, how can he? Forget one, forget mining. There are 10 different schemes, 10 different ministries, Niranjan, from where money is coming out. How can he? He is not allowed under the constitution, under the law of the land. Thus, the law of the land needs to follow now. If this IT note, and as you said, what AICC means, everyone knows, we don't need to say. What PCC means, we don't need to say. It's written MLAs, how more brazen they are going to be. So it's a complete ledger of in and out. Total money comes in 280 lakhs. Total expenditure, 141 crores. So this is something which is as massive that when you are siphoning off money from government for your private work, this is a scam. This is nothing less than a scam. From 10 different divisions of the government, Niranjan, the MP government...
We'll take a short break. What we'll do at this point? Aishwarya and Shavan, stay with me. So we've been breaking since yesterday details of the raids and how a senior leader of the Congress party went and sat at a house where one of these raids was taking place. In all, 281 crore rupees. 281 crore rupees, and there's a ledger. And we have the ledger with us now. 281 crore rupees incoming, taken from government schemes, sent for election campaigning and for election expenses. We'll take a short break and come back with the full details and the breakup of this ledger, the cash ledger, the Congress Hawala cash note. Stay with us.